Join me to paint this easy and fun atmospheric cityscape with people walking using watercolor. Today we are going to use splattering technique to paint the people. Before we paint the cityscape, we first need to create depth in the painting. A simple way to create depth is by using values. I begin by painting the top of the sky using a medium value of indigo. Then I use that same medium value to paint the foreground. I reduce the value on my brush by releasing some of the pigment and paint the top towards the middle of the paper, and I do the same for the foreground, painting upwards until I reach towards the middle. This creates a smooth gradient wash in both the background and the foreground, giving the painting a sense of depth before we even start adding the buildings and the people. I tilted the board sideways and allow the excess pigment to collect along the masking tape, which is then wiped using a waistcloth. Then I allow the paper to dry completely. Once the paper is completely dry, I begin using the splattering technique. First, I use ultramarine, and next I mix ultramarine with magenta to create a purple shade and splatter that near the ultramarine. For splattering, I simply flick the tip of the brush. Then I wash my brush and pick up the Indian yellow with that clean brush and add a few yellow splatters. Next, without washing the brush, I pick up some green and once again I splatter that as well. Now I'm using a clean round brush and I randomly paint the body shapes of the people walking on the street. Some figures overlap while others are separate, making the crowd look more natural. Next, I'm using indigo pigment to paint the heads and legs of the figures, which brings the people to life. While painting the legs using a darker value of indigo pigment, I make one leg slightly shorter and the other a little longer, pointing inward. This creates the impression that the person is walking on the street. For some of the figures, I simply paint the legs in a V shape with both legs pointing inward. This gives the people a natural sense of movement as if they are walking down the street. Now, using a flat brush and a lighter value of indigo, I paint the shadows just as you see in the video. I'm using an inexpensive flat brush here and it works perfectly well for this technique. While painting the shadows, be careful not to paint over the legs of the figures. I accidentally covered a few of them, so I went back with a darker value of indigo and repainted the legs. Next, I begin painting the first building. For that, first I use a lighter value of indigo pigment, and you can notice that I'm holding the flat brush at a slight angle instead of holding it straight against the paper. While the brush is in this position, I pull it straight downward to paint the front side of the building. And at the bottom, I fill the spaces around the people so the building continues behind them. Next, using a darker value of indigo, I hold the flat brush straight against the paper and paint the side of the building with one downward stroke. By this way, you can easily create buildings that look three-dimensional. Next, I paint the second building. First, I use a darker value of indigo for the side wall. Then for the front wall, I switch to lighter value of indigo. Here also, I hold the flat brush at a slight angle against the paper and pull it straight downward. For the buildings on the right, I keep them even more simpler. I paint a few rectangle shapes with lighter value of indigo and I'm adding just few darker strokes to suggest the shadow areas. I don't want to add too many details or overwork the painting. I want to keep this project simple, easy to follow and enjoyable for everyone. Next, using a medium value of indigo, I paint the lane markings on the road. These simple lines guide the viewer's eye towards a distance and add depth to the painting. This painting is based on the one-point perspective technique, and I hope you enjoyed painting along with me. See you in my next video. Until then, take care and bye bye from Prema.